Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times, and these are the Opera Factory OS1, the wired in-ear monitors, the IEMs. We don't see a lot of IEMs in the market except for some brands that are dedicated to doing the work on them. So this is a newer brand, a relatively new brand coming onto the audio store, and this comes with a couple of color options, and this interestingly is red plus blue. So one side driver is going to have a red color coating and the other side is going to have a blue one, and this has compatibility with everything basically for smartphones, and this is a specific mention here because what happens is with IEM sometimes there's some compatibility issues with some of the devices, but here it is compatible with most of them as given here. And you can see with IEMs what happens is the in-ear monitors are mostly for music professionals or someone who's into deep music listening. These don't leak any audio. They are very perfectly done for a perfect fit and then give you the best of the audio experience, and that is why the price of these, in a way, if you look at it, these are pretty basic with what they offer and everything, but the price is 2500, and for 2500 obviously you would be asking why is it priced so high when you have options from Xiaomi, from Redmi, from the regular brands for 400 to 1000 rupees, but why is this at 2500? I'll talk about that in this video. And these are the OS1 Opera Factory OS1 model. There are a couple of other models as well, so I've already unboxed these and used these for 2 to 3 days, and my recent gaming reviews on the Hindi Gaming Josh channel, I have done the usage of these earphones. Basically when I do any new gaming review, I try to also use some new earphones so that I get to know how well they work. So this is how the box looks like. Here's the placement for those earphones, and you have 3 pairs of ear tips, one of which obviously you would be using. Ear monitor super bass. So I'll talk about in-ear monitor super bass, and I'll talk about the drivers and everything, and I'll show you the perfect design of this one. So the major points about these earphones is that they come with the 10mm graphene diaphragm dynamic drivers, and it might look like okay, these are just 10mm when you have even 14mm drivers in earphones, but it's not just the driver size but the design that also makes it a much worthier product than what it is. And there's a warranty card here. So that's it here. Now let's talk about the actual product. These are the earphones. First look, I felt the same which you might also feeling like. These could easily get tangled, and that's the case here. These actually are getting tangled so easily. I've always had an issue with untangling them. I waste my time actually untangling them, for the reason that look at this one. This model, this actually always takes in wires like this, and they keep getting tangled there. So I mean, that is something that we see in many earphones. So in a way that's a headache, but that should not be one of the reasons why you shouldn't choose an earphone, obviously. So now these are the earphones. These are the Opera Factory OS1, and you see how they look like, and it is written as Opera Factory and Junior on the other side. So the two earphones have that branding over them. Red and blue is the colors here, and this particular coating on the wire here is not without a reason. And actually what you do is when you wear them, this would go behind your ear, and this makes it sit perfectly. It never falls out of your ear. And anyway, given the shape here, what happens is whenever you wear this, they don't ever come out of your ears, and they actually create a very perfect seal. There is no noise that gets lost there. There's no leakage of the audio that is coming out of the earphones, and that is why even though there is no software or hardware supporting it, you would feel like you are wearing a earphone that supports noise cancellation. So there's no noise coming into your ears from the external sources. There's no noise leaking out of the music whenever you're listening to it. So it's in a way a perfectly designed one. You might feel it to be a bit different and weird, and even I felt the same. These small sparkles, they aren't really needed. It should have been transparent to make it look better, but that's what you're being offered here, so I can't complain about that. But you can look at how it looks like from the external as well when you're wearing it. This is the part that would be on the outer side. So it looks different. When I wear them, it would actually look different, but then after you wear them, the experience of it is actually quite good. And just to give you an example, when we wear earphones, the basic ones, what happens is they easily, I mean, you could easily notice that yes, there is some external sound coming in whenever there's some noise in the background. Even if you are in places where there's vehicle sounds and everything, these cancel them out very perfectly. I mean, they don't work to cancel them out. The way they are made and designed, there's nothing that would enter your ears. So that's the good thing here. And obviously you need to wear the perfect size earbuds for that, ear tips for that. So that's one thing. And there's a single microphone and a single control button for the receiving and cancelling of calls, and even pausing or playing the audio. And there's this 3.5 mm tip on this one. But I have had one major issue with this wire. As I said, this is kind of that hairstyled wire here, but these wires have the oxygen free copper cable into them, so they don't lose out on any audio. The audio quality is perfectly maintained, but I felt that the wire could have been designed better. That's the only issue with me in these earphones, and these sparkling colors, they shouldn't have been there. Otherwise everything is actually quite good on these Opera Factory OS1 Wired IEM. So those are the two reasons why I don't really recommend. And the third one is the price, obviously. So coming to the audio quality, as I said, the audio quality is perfect, so good that even with a 10 mm driver, the bass levels are very high. You actually would be feeling as if you're wearing some very high-end earphones when you're listening to bass heavy songs. And I do have a playlist of the songs that I usually listen to when I'm playing these kind of earphones to test them out. So this is the test playlist on which I usually play all these songs: Let the Music Play and Longa Vacha, Aja and Believer. These have a pretty heavy bass, and the audio output that comes out of this and you get into these earphones is very perfect. So that's the reason I like them. But again, recommending these for the price of 2500 is a bit hard, because it is hard to convince yourself spending that much unless you are an audiophile and you love listening to music for a long time and you're someone who gets into a lot of details into that music. So it totally depends on your personal perspective, but I would say if you're someone who actually has a lot of interest into music, you can choose these as one of the basic options for 2500 rupees. Of course, for the music professionals, there are much pricier options which actually offer a better performance, but for this price you can't really get an alternative to this when we talk about the audio quality here. So that's it guys, this was the quick unboxing and a quick overview of the Opera Factory OS1 wired IEMs. There's nothing to talk about the battery because these are wired options without any battery inbuilt them. So I just used them for a couple of days, that's it, and these are my thoughts about them. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.